This is documentary series of me going from zero to $1 million in profit, and today is hypothetically day 440, 455 or 54, and we're back. So I made a timetable, so to speak, list of things that I want to be in this video. And once again, if you are a repeatable watcher of these videos, so to speak, sorry for not uploading videos consistently, because I am the kind of person whom mind is something like this, and I hope you understand, because among all of those things there is somewhere action or target, aim, so-called vlogging. And I don't want to record very low quality videos. At least try to not record them, even if the past, I guess, 2 to 3 days were something similar, and I was recording just for the sake of recording. But inshallah, God will, I'm going to be trying to make great thumbnails like for this video I did, and great videos, as you can see, great lighting and great video, and a great content table. So November 30th, 4 p.m, 4:00 p.m. It is 7 Celsius degrees outside, very cloudy, very cold. And actually this month I paid for the gas. Okay, you pay, that's the thing, you kind of make your home. Oh my god, chill. Okay, it's better. Oops. Yep. Okay, I paid $20 or something like that, $18, so to speak, from my own salary. And spendings are increasing. I think in a month of August, after July, I spent only like $100. And in the recent months, I guess in October, I spent almost $200 or $250 out of my only $500 salary. So anyway, in a previous video, I told you guys that there is some weird thing going on with the health issues of my parent, of my mom, as well as mine, but I didn't get into really details because it was 7 a.m. and I had a 3 hours of sleep, and I just wanted to talk about good things. So I do not have a lot of information. That's only something which my mom told me yesterday. But as this is something which is going to affect me probably in a matter, like, why am I telling you those things, right? You do not care about how my mom feels, right? But you probably are watching these videos as an intention of finding your bro on a same journey. And that journey of mine consists of work, money, and time. So those things kind of come together, and in the end, out of this black box you put on these ingredients, you get financial freedom, success, etc, 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 inshallah. And those things matter because God forbid, astaghfirullah, if anything is going to happen to her, that means that I will have to take care of myself. I will have to do stuff in a home. I will have to take care of myself is like everything from doing my food, to doing my laundry, to vacuum cleaning the home, all of those things which that I do not have a lot of time in my day-to-day life. I have maybe 5 hours, like 5 hours or 3 hours a day to do anything, right? From the moment I wake up, before I go to the job. So I have maybe like 3 to 5 hours, sometimes a little bit more. But that's all thanks to my mom being a very, like, the biggest supporter of my life. And I'm trying to be like as cold right now because, you're not a girl, I'm not a girl, and I'm not trying to get into emotions right here. I'm not even 20 years old. I'm only 19, and anything bad, really bad. And I don't mean like she got a flu, right? She didn't get a flu. It's something a lot more complicated, which needs a surgery, which needs an operation. And you never know what is going to happen in the end of it, right? It's like, I mean, I haven't made research, but I want to. I hope the odds for the successful surgery, inshallah, are higher than the bad ones, inshallah. Um, and it is something which we can afford. And it's kind of like, I do want to ignore it because, alhamdulillah, I saved up money from working my 9 to 5, which I actually wanted to spend in my business and my own, like, I wanted to, go to another country and build a startup with my co-founder. But yeah, also one of the reasons why I have to tell you this thing is the financial side of it. It's the time side of it. It's the psychological side of it. Okay, if like I don't care how much you are going to hate me. If I'm being honest, like, I mean, if my pure mind and soul are going to be in a hospital, I have no freaking interest in doing anything related to my business, if I'm being honest. I might do the bare minimum, okay, maybe like some outreach, or maybe like making some shorts, uh, trying to like do something, but I cannot promise that I'm going to be doing anything like big. I do not know the translation of the sickness in English, so I'm sorry that I'm being kind of like, blurry and vague right here. Uh, but yeah, the operation is something around $900 to $1,000, which, alhamdulillah, once more again, alhamdulillah, 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 I have the finance. So I'm only 19. Like, I hypothetically, a lot of my, like, peers are supposed to be, they're broke and I'm kind of supposed to be broke. You feel what I'm saying? Like, even if they earn money, they spend it that same months. Like, they buy clothes, they go to parties, and I'm going to show you something very interesting. But basically, like, I am supposed to be broke by the view of the world on me, but alhamdulillah, once more again, thank God, because of the actions and steps which we have done, plus the God's guidance in the past. Like, I mean, all of those things where I have been doing with an intention of doing a business, right? So I wanted to get a job to save up money to do, like, to do business on that money, on that capital I'm going to save up. And now, as you can see, like, the God has a little bit different plans on this. Out of nowhere, my mom told me on Saturday, which is yesterday, if you're watching this video anywhere in the future. So it's been only one day since I have discovered this thing for myself as well. And yeah, I am ready to give her this $1,000. Like, I think I have saved up maybe 1.2 thousand, or like a little bit higher or a little bit less. The money I made from my business, I cannot withdraw it, and it's been like an entire month I can't withdraw it. Like, the service we are using to for the transactions, it is, I don't know, like, what's wrong with it. Maybe it's the platform issue, maybe it's my bank's issue, right? But I do not have the luxury of choosing. I live in a third world country where there is not a lot of banks available at all. So I'm using what I'm using, and it used to work with other payment services. But anyway, so this I have made in last 2 months, from September, October, and I guess the money of November I haven't withdrawn yet. But in total, it should be something around $600 minus the commissions. Let's say, like, I mean, $100 commissions, maybe something like $500 we did. So yeah, like something around $550 and in last 3 months on the business, but I cannot access this capital. So the only money I can access is the money I made from my 9 to 5, which alhamdulillah we do have the capital of. Again, getting back to okay, so the financial problems. My college, I haven't dropped out of my college yet. So my college is gonna begin in January 3rd of 2026. Okay, and I have to pay the tuition of, I guess, $500. So the yearly tuition is 1,000. Okay, and you pay it like 50-50. So you pay 500 in the beginning of the year, and you pay another 500 in June or July. Okay, in total you pay $1,000 in 1 year, and which means that I will have to spend another 500 United States dollars, which I do not completely have a clue on how I will, okay? Because we're spending almost 1,000 here, and we're having only December in the middle, and I do have expenses like taxi and sometimes buying food outside when I forget it at home. So yeah, we're but anyway, what about my health? Okay, I am having some eye problems right here. I don't know if you can see it, but this thing is kind of popped up. If you can see it, it's a pimple right on my eye, and every time when I blink it is aching and I want to cry. And these nerves, are really, when it happens so often, okay, it's not very painful, alhamdulillah, but when it happens like so often and so often, it gets to a point that you want to cry. And but yeah, right now it's good, alhamdulillah. But okay, I'm saying it's good because I just don't want to make you sad. There are some things, okay? There is my college tuition I have to pay, there is my mom's surgery I have to pay, and there's my eye is aching, but this is a very small problem, and I hope that in 1 or 2 days this thing is gonna go away. My mom's surgery is also like something which I know how to resolve, okay? My college tuition is not something they are going to, like, they are not going to kill me, like these people who are in my college, okay? But my mom will, okay? I have an Asian mom, okay? And unless I am in Dubai with the millions of dollars, I have to go to college, and I can't make her pay my tuition. That just doesn't make sense. In theory, when I was making these plans of paying my own tuition, I did not expect that something like this is going to happen. So I made the commitment right ahead, and now we're having this kind of trouble, so to speak. But they already have paid $1,000 for 1 year. And if they are going to pay another 500, which I can ask them to do, but that means that I will have more money to give them back in the future, which I don't want to do, okay? I would rather maybe just pay it right now, okay? That's only 1 month of my work. And the thing that I'm hoping for is that, nobody is firing me from my 9 to 5, alhamdulillah. And from February to as much as I'm willing to work, as long as I'm willing to work, I am going to earn money, which is alhamdulillah. The only problem is that, you know, my salary is only 500 a month, and if you want to save up like a good amount of money, that means that I will have to work like a year or something like that, right? But I mean, when you look at it on from one side, I mean, I don't want to make a problem out of nowhere, okay? That's something resolvable, okay? And Allah gave me the finances and the ability to resolve it, like those financial issues, so to speak. So why would I complain when I can change it? Plus, we have a business which can take off at any moment, okay? You never know what is going to happen. As well as please share these videos so that more people are going to see these videos, and we're going to hit 10,000 watch hours and I'm gonna get monetized. Please, please, I beg you. So let's okay, there's just okay, I wrote down too many bad things to talk about. My working space, the people whom I work with. I think I already have talked about this thing before, but this is not going anywhere. And if I am there and if I am going to continue working in that place, I will have to just make up with those people who I'm working with. And just to kind of like explain it in a very simple words, these people are very brainwashed in a sense, in a Western sense of this word. What I mean is, like for them, you know, I mean, you might think that when you go to work, they only talk about work stuff, work-related stuff, right? But unfortunately, it's not like that, especially in the department of marketing. I mean, the other customer service and sales departments are not like that, but I mean, they earn less as well, right? So I mean, like, it is what it is. These people talk about girls so much, talk about cigarettes and alcohol and going out and nightclubs and you know, all this bad stuff, which, you know, it is so stupid to like even, you know, talk about those things, and it might feel like I'm being a little bitch right here, but it's been 4 months since I'm working in that place. And when they talk about these sort of things non-stop for 4 months straight, and you are spending like 8 hours a day in that office, 5 days a week, that will slowly but surely brainwash you as well, right? But on like and plus, I was trying to get a raise of my salary, so I was kind of trying to like find you know, mutual interest, so to speak, whatever you name it. Just trying to like good with people and the boss, and but it didn't work out. And I said, screw you. And even if I'm going to keep getting paid on this 500, you know what? Okay. Yeah, whatever. So now it's the time to talk about good things. These things are going to end. These things are going to end, and that's the biggest, greatest good thing about anything happening in my life right now. Like when you think about like all of those diseases and like all of those stresses and all of those like people around you which you don't want to stay around, but you have to because like that's what they pay you for. These days are going to end, inshallah. Yeah, like I mean, I clearly can remember the days when my mom wasn't sick, when my eye wasn't aching, and you know, okay, forget about my eye, okay? Let's say that I'm just sick. That's the easier way to explain these things. Let's say that I'm just sick with flu, okay? My head is aching and I want to sleep, and okay, I can't work because I'm getting distracted to this thing constantly. But I'm trying anyway. Okay, and yeah, the God will, these diseases are going to end. This college is going to end. This work, 9 to 5 work is going to end, and I am going to fulfill the, money, the gap that I spend. Okay, I'm going to make that money back. Maybe working 9 to 5, maybe doing my business, and I am, inshallah, going to break through out of this place. I don't know when these things are going to happen, but when it will happen, this is going to be one of the greatest days of my life. And the thing that I like about my mom as well, that, she, when I told her, she only had the requirements for me to fulfill to like get what I want. She didn't said like, direct no. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of moms, don't want their kids to like go out of like unknown place, so to speak, right? Because I want to, anywhere I will go, it's probably outside of Central Asia. Okay. I'm not even talking about the entire country of Uzbekistan. That's probably is going to be somewhere out of Central Asia at all. I don't know where I'm going yet, but yeah. So, and me and my co-founder are going to be building our agency full-time first. Then we will slowly move towards software as a service. So basically, kind of like ramping up the what do you call, importance and the complexity of the things that we do. Okay, eventually we have to get to so really freaking smart and rich that we're going to be doing like this terraforming moon, or yeah, like terraforming Mars and moon, and like launching rockets, and like and making space travel easy, and like, yeah, basically you there are many things, there are many problems, there is energy crisis, there is like, green energy, whatever. There's, little to no any supply in GPUs, so you can become a competitor of Nvidia. There's little to no any supply of microchips. TSMC is still a world leader. So like, there is a lot of like these niches where there is little to no any supply, but a lot of demand, like a lot of demand, and we can become those suppliers basically. But we have to like grow up to that level. Getting back, I want to show you something. Sorry, I didn't prepare it ahead. Okay. So this is my boss says Telegram story that she posted, and it's been her birthday on Friday. It's Sunday right now. I don't know how old she is, but I just want to see. So just so you know whom you are competing against. That's the biggest thing about what I just showed you right now. Lady, I think this lady is maybe like 23, 24, something between 20 and 25 max, right? It's been her birthday on Friday, and she decided that on weekends we are going to the nightclub. Not we, I mean she and her friends, by the way. And this is the kind of lady which drinks, this is the kind of lady which smokes, this is the kind of lady which does all of those Western stuff which you name as label as bad and not permissible. And this is the kind of people, ladies and gentlemen, especially gentlemen, we are competing against. Like I said enough bad things, and alhamdulillah, eventually at the end of the video, I gave you a lot of, I guess, some good stuff and even a little bit of motivation. Because every time when I look at those people, right, those Western, like, I mean, that's the kind of company I work in. I mean, like, yeah, I work with weird people. They do earn a lot of money relatively to entire Uzbekistan's market, right? And that's whom I and you are competing against. When they are in a nightclub, when they're drinking, when they're smoking, when they're doing all of those girls' haram stuff, you and I have to at least, okay, we are not doing this thing maybe every day and succeeding every day, but at least we're trying, and at least we know that we have to do so where is today's, okay, so this November 29, okay, I'm sorry, November 30th, reading Quran, gym, computer science learning, agency work, Arabic, math, vlogging, German, Japanese, Chinese, and some extra other chores. Thank you for your attention, ladies and gentlemen.